Nobody can hear you scream. What's going on, world? This is Andrew. Follow me on Instagram at Andrew the Filmmaker. And I just got back from the movies and I saw Alien Covenant. And I am here to give you my review. Now, I should probably see the movie for a second time before I give a movie review, but honestly, we just got to go in on it. So, it's been 5 years since Prometheus came out, and we've all been wondering what happened. Last time we saw Shaw and David, they took off on one of the engineers' ships and went to a distant planet. What planet did they go to? Stay tuned and we'll find out what happened to those two. So we start off our movie on a colonization ship called the Covenant. That's why it's called Alien Covenant. And on the ship is David, but not David. It's not David, it's just another replicant. And his name was, what was his name again? His name was Walter. And David kind of has this like suave type of voice, and Walter was more like stern. He was kind of like more serious. David was more fluid with his voice. Was I the only one that noticed that? Anyway, so the spaceship Covenant is carrying like 2,000 colonists, and they're all in like hypersleep, you know, cryogenic and crap, and there's 15 crew members. So this like radiation shit hits the ship, and then it kind of like fucks everything up, so it wakes up this radiation thing hits the ship, and then it wakes the whole crew up, but one person dies. The captain, who's James Franco. Right? Spoiler alert! James Franco is dead before this movie even like starts. So I was kind of like, damn. I was a little excited to see James Franco in an Alien movie. I mean, I don't know. I think I agree. I think when we all found out James Franco was going to be in this movie, we were kind of like, oh, really? But I mean, he wasn't in it long enough to critique it, right? So his girlfriend is Daniels, who's the lead actress, and her name is Catherine Waterston. And, you know, here, like I said in my previous review, here's another stereotypical dark-haired, dark-eyed, short, bobbed-haired female in an Alien movie. But she gave a little bit different than Sigourney Weaver. She was a little bit different than Ripley. She was a little bit different than Shaw. She was kind of like, I don't know. She was just more well put together. I don't know. Now that I think about it, Ripley was also a fucking badass too when she didn't let Dallas and Lambert and Kane back on the ship when he was infected. But she was just more, I don't know, she was quick to get over the whole, oh, my husband's dead, so, you know. And I don't know if it was me, but I feel like the whole crew was all like husband and wives. Because I feel like 4 different people said, don't look at my wife in this movie. Or was that just me? I don't know. So anyway, the Covenant they're planning on going to this planet called, God, I'm gonna forget the name. Raiden, hi puppy. You gotta go away though, I'm doing a review. They're going to a planet called Orege 6. I am not making this shit up. So they're going to this planet, and after they wake up, they're like, well, it's gonna be like 7 years and some months until we get there. But then they receive a signal, not even they, Danny McBride receives a signal in his helmet from a distant planet that's only a few weeks away. So James Franco was the captain. Now the new captain it's Billy Crudup, you know, the guy who played Dr. Manhattan in Watchmen. So I'm just gonna call him Dr. Manhattan. I don't really remember what his name was, so if I say Dr. Manhattan, I'm talking about him. So Dr. Manhattan was like, okay, so we should go to this planet. And you know, Daniels is kind of like, well, I mean, our whole point was to go to this other planet. That's the reason we're doing this. People are dying, and you want to go take a little field trip to this planet that we have no idea about. And then Dr. Manhattan's kind of like, well, I don't know, maybe, you don't know, maybe instead of wasting 7 years, we could find our planet right here. So consensus says they all go. You know, most of the crew goes down. This is why I didn't understand. They left 3 people back at the ship, but most of the crew went down to the planet. Stupid, right? Because, you know, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, you know, most of our crew gets wiped the hell out, right? Anyway, they go to the planet, and it's this beautiful green planet. There's like beautiful trees, there's water. You know, it really looks like something that there could be life on. And they get off the planet and they're walking around, and they walk through this field of wheat. And the one guy was like, huh, that's funny. Why is wheat on this planet? You know, like, it had to have been planted here. Hint, hints, right? So they're exploring. And then there's the scientist bitch who is Dr. Manhattan's girlfriend. Her and this other guy, they go to take samples. They're scientists. So they're taking samples, and there's these like little spores. They're kind of like these like little balls. And the one guy, he like pokes one, and it like evaporates into like that black substance from Prometheus, and it kind of like inched its way into his ear, and then we'll get to that. So the other members of the crew, they're trying to find where the beacon came from, and then they find, spoiler alert, the ship that Shaw and David were on. Oh, this is where it's gonna start getting motherfucking good. So they get on this bitch, and you know, Daniel, she finds the name tag E. Shaw. Oh my God, that's the name of the chick from Prometheus, the last survivor, and they disappeared 10 years ago. This is what I don't understand. 10 years ago, really? Really? In 10 years, we managed to be sending out all these convoys to repopulate the world? Like, you would think how many spaceships have really gone out since Prometheus? Because Prometheus, most of the crew died. So I don't know why Earth would invest trillions and billions and gazillions of dollars to send more people out into space when Prometheus was kind of a disaster. Who knows? That's Earth. We're stupid, right? We shouldn't even be in space in the first place. We should be taking care of our own damn planet. Thank you. So the other two, the guy who had the little spore juice go into his eardrum, this bitch starts getting sick. We already know what's about to happen, right? So he's sick, he starts puking, and then next thing you know, like, he's just out for the count. And then another guy, he also gets infected. So they have two bitches infected right now. They're trying to take them back to the ship. Well, the other guy's with the Daniel's crew. So the other guy that's infected, I keep saying other guy, the one guy that's infected that's with Dr. Manhattan's girlfriend, they come back to the ship. They're on like one of them little emergency ships. And she's like, oh my God, we have to get him medical, attention and shit. And this guy starts wigging the fuck out, like I kid you not. And this fucking shit plops out of his fucking back, and is this little mini white alien, the neomorph, right? Not the xenomorph, the neomorph. It's just like a different type of alien creature. It still has the elongated head, but it's kind of like a grayish color. The emergency ship fucking catches on fire and blows up, so half the crew's already fucking dead. They're fucked. And then these neomorphs, they start growing, and they're growing like rapidly. You know how the xenomorphs do it. And these bitches start fucking them up, and they're just clawing at them and fucking spiking them, and it was awesome. It was really cool. And then this guy comes in, he shoots up this flare, and he saves them, and he goes, follow me. He takes him back to, I have a little buggy on me. Look at the little buggy. He's a little buggy. He's a little buddy. It's my little neomorph, see? Things are not always as they appear. Right, David? You son of a bitch. Yeah, well, spoiler alert, the guy that saves them is David. What? 2 Michael Fassbenders in a movie? 2 Michael Fassbenders in a movie? It was really cool because there were so many scenes of David and Michael Fassbender talking to each other. Sorry, the buggy. David's been on this planet for 10 years now. Where's Shaw? We find out that this bitch, we find her corpse, spoiler alert, and she's missing kind of her rib cages. Go figure. You want to know what happened? David fucking put an alien inside of her. And he made up this big lie saying, oh, she died in the crash. No, she did not. You killed her. You killed her. She put your ass back together and you killed her. You're an asshole, David. So David's been kind of like fucking, because he still has like all the pipes and shit. Oh, so when they get to this point, okay, so he takes them back to this kind of like a broken down, looked like Pompeii. You know, like in Pompeii, how like when Mount Vesuvius erupted and now like there's all the bodies like still there, but they're all like encrusted with like fucking ash and soot and shit. Picture that, but like 10 times bigger. So you're like, who the fuck are these people? So David, when he came to this planet on that ship, it was a whole civilization of the engineers. David fucking dropped the deadly weapon on them and wiped them out. I shit you not. So they found paradise. They found where they came from. Or could it, who knows, maybe it's where they came from, or it's just another little minor civilization, you know? I mean, why were they on the planet from Prometheus? You know? But so they wiped out this whole race. He did. Fucking asshole android replicant David wiped their asses out, and he's been tinkering with the deadly weapon. He's been trying to experiment on different life forms to create. So the Neomorph, he didn't create that. The spores from the land created that. He's been doing a whole bunch of research trying to make all these different types of organisms and shit, and most organisms that he makes need a host to create a different life form. This motherfucker created the alien eggs, right? He created them. And then Dr. Manhattan was like, what's going on? What's really going on? He was like, come follow me, I'll show you what's going on. And then he's like, oh, what is this? Oh, it's an egg. Oh, can I touch it? Sure. So he touches the egg. This fucking asshole, I was so done with him. Fucking Dr. Manhattan goes up to this damn egg, touches it, and David's like, look inside. So Dr. Manhattan's like, oh yeah, this is a good idea. Let me just go, wow! You know, like, what did you expect to happen? Don't look in a goddamn egg. Like, what? As soon as that shit would have opened up, I would have fucking booked it out of that bitch. Now the facehugger it's a regular facehugger is now attached to Dr. Manhattan, and you already know what happens next. The Xenomorph is here. The Neomorphs get wiped the fuck out. They get blown up. So the Xenomorph is now here. Now he's the bad guy. And there was a lot of different alien creatures in this movie. I was really loving it. So Daniels and the rest of the crew, they're waiting for Tennessee, which is Danny McBride, to come save them, because he was up in the Covenant. So he comes down, and they all get on and shit. And then the Xenomorph kind of comes in, and then there's like a big action sequence when like that bitch is like holding on, and they're all holding on. And this is where I love Daniels. That bitch had some balls. She said, put me out there. Put me out there, coach. She went out there with a gun. She said, oh, bitch. She started trying to fuck this Xenomorph up. That bitch is crazy. You think my ass would have been out there? Hell no. Hell no. And Tennessee, which is Danny McBride, he's just like, oh, I didn't sign up for this shit. But his wife died too, so they're all like sad because all their spouses are dead, so they're all like, oh, we're gonna avenge them by killing this one little alien. Lordy jeez. Walter apparently kills David. So they have like this big like robot fight, and then Walter gets on the ship. So after they get rid of the alien, I thought they blew it up. I think they blew it up. They get back to the Covenant, and you really only have like 5 seconds at this point to really like sit there and breathe, like, oh my god, before it's Mother from Alien. She comes on like, ding, there's a foreign, what did she say? Like, intruder alert, or no, you know what I'm talking about, like, oh, I've detected like a foreign organism on the ship. Holy fuck. So then, remember how I said there was only 3 people back on the ship? Literally there's 4 people left now, and Daniels, I think some other people, and the robot. So he's like, where are the other 2 people? These bitches are in the shower fucking. You do not don't fuck during a horror movie. Don't fuck during a sci-fi movie. And don't fuck during a sci-fi horror movie. What's wrong with you people? That's why you're dead. So, yeah, that was like that scene from the trailer when fucking, the tail comes in between the guy's legs and went, and the bitch was like, ah! If you know what I'm talking about. So, these bitches are ready. They have the guns ready. They're ready to fight this bitch. They hunt this bitch down. There's a big happy fucking ending. I don't want to spoil the ending for you. You gotta go see it. But yeah, that's all I really want to give you. How do I feel about it? I really did like it. I really loved it. I want to see it again to get another opinion on the movie. But yeah, I mean, it had a lot of big shoes to fill. Like, this was the 5-year sequel after Prometheus. And when I saw Prometheus, that movie changed my life. That shit was so awesome. But this one was definitely top-notch. So, good job, Ridley Scott. But you're Ridley Scott. You're not going to fuck up anything. I want to shout out Danny McBride. Right? The guy from Eastbound and Down? What? Yes, I want to shout out Danny McBride. I thought it was a joke when they casted him, but he actually did a really good job. I was very entertained by him. He was very believable. All right, Danny McBride stepping out there, showing us some serious roles. Very proud of him. I liked how they explained more, because in the previous video when I did a trailer reaction to Alien Covenant, I asked a lot of questions like, are we going to find out what happened to Shaw? We did. She unfortunately perished a horrible death. And David is a fucking asshole. But they did find paradise. So my question is, was this planet the only planet with the engineers on it, or is there still another planet? They still got to go to that Olgi Wadababa 6 planet, and they got to go see what's on there. What if there's more engineers, you know? Because really, do you trust the engineers? They kind of created this weapon to destroy everything. Wasn't that the point of Prometheus? They were the bad guys. But in this one, they only really had like one scene when you saw this whole civilization of engineers getting wiped the fuck out. So that was pretty crazy. So I liked how they tied that in. It definitely was a sequel to Prometheus, which some of my biggest questions were, is this going to be directly a sequel to Prometheus? It was. It filled you in on a lot of different crap. Michael Fassbender did an A+ job. Daniels, Catherine, I'm sorry, I forgot your last name. You did a really good job as well. The whole cast was really good. You know, James Franco, you were in it for a second, but who gives a fuck? I'm like, damn, how do you get your name in like how are you gonna have like a role in a movie like this but only be in there for like not even a millisecond? That bitch died. He woke up in hypersleep and he was burning alive. That bitch dead. I would have been so mad if I read that script like, you're not gonna kill me off you're not even gonna let me get to the damn planet. At least let me get killed by an alien or something in an alien movie. You're not gonna kill me in fucking hypersleep. Stupid. The xenomorph was really cute. Like he was like mimicking David, like David was his dad. David went like this, and the xenomorph was like fuck a baby Groot. A baby xenomorph is the cutest thing ever. My heart was like sinking so much. So don't forget to go see Alien Covenant in theaters now, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Andrew the Filmmaker. Follow my YouTube channel, like my videos, watch my other videos, suck my balls. Go on Twitter and follow me. I have a Twitter now. Like, I think I have like 20 followers. Whatever. So give me 21 followers, please. And yeah. Until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.